people from back home still can't believe that we had come this far. Saying people never thought that boy would go this hard. People from back home still can't believe that we had come this far. Saying people never thought the boy would go this hard. Yeah, these people saying now they know, now they know. You might not respect their image, but you will respect the flow. I'm saying, ooh, don't try to tell me what the squad can't do. Yeah,
you recording? All right, we're going. All right, Logan has asked me to debrief what we're doing today. So far, we're not doing a whole lot other than casting and flipping, but we are in northern Minnesota. I have a friend that lives up here that I went to school with that said he has a few lakes that we can mess around with this morning. So we made the drive from Walker to Bemidji area. If you haven't seen the last one, by the time you're seeing this one, the Leech Lake video should have been out. It was a brutal day in the water, but we still had fun, and we actually had kind of a couple unique things happen, so it's definitely worth watching. But we're gonna try and flip and frog our hearts out today, and if not, maybe push out and flip some deeper stuff. But it's a small lake. It shouldn't be too difficult to figure out and figure out what these fish are relating to, and it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna put the camera in front of Brent and have him debrief what he does, who he is, why we're even out here, the whole 9 shebangs.
Hey folks, I'm Brent Relopez. I'm out here with Sam today doing a little bass fishing in northern Minnesota. Sam and I actually grew up together, went to high school together. Definitely caught a couple bass together over the years, but I'm up here in Bemidji. I work for Elliott Rods, based out of Bemidji, and hopefully we can catch a couple largemouth today.
Hey, that's a fish. That's the first fish.
Okay, first one's the hardest, buddy. It needs to be about 2 pounds bigger. Chunky though. They got the right build. He was way up in there.
Textbook Bemidji fish right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 17 inches long and like 3 pounds.
Short and fat.
He wants me to get a blind on my boat. Also, oh, that's a broken rod. Oh my gosh, dude. Shattered. I haven't broke a rod like that in years. That's bad. I have no idea how big it is. That's a fish. The hook set was epic. Like I was like, I got one, right? Boom. That's what happens when you're frustrated for like 3 days of not catching like jack, and you just take all the frustration out on your rod. So yeah, that's cool. And whip out another one. Oh, obviously, and I'm gonna put it in the video too. I just had a rod literally break like halfway down the butt. Like a worst nightmare. Like someone who just bought a rod, pick it up and would you know, fish with it. It'd be the worst nightmare to have a rod break there and that way and the whole 9 yards. And by no means am I defending the rod or anything like that. But I want if you learn one thing from that whole experience, think about why rods break. The average defective rate on a fishing rod in the industry, and this is probably public knowledge if you went searching for it, so I don't mind sharing it, is somewhere between that 3 to 5%. Some of the rods that have more issues might be closer to 7%, but it's pretty minimal, and that's like all rods being returned, period, right? So someone grabs a rod, they pick it up like that, I flipped it, and it snapped in half. I've used that rod for probably literally months, and never broke it before. So why then and there? A lot of people would say, oh, the rod's junk, just disregard it completely. Try to think about why would that rod broke. Yesterday, when we were filming with Logan, he was stepping all around the place. He stepped on a couple of rods and bounced them. Or you know, whatever, it could have been that. It could be something where I take these rods in and out of the truck last night twice, and I was flexing them, moving them around. Any things that you do to them that can make a hairline fracture in that graphite is a possibility that rod might break there. So yes, there are chances, and sometimes that does happen from like shipping, or the rod just has an issue with it when it gets into your hands the first time. You buy a rod, you pick it up, and it breaks, and that does happen once in a while. But like literally 95% of the time, it's something that has happened to that rod since it's been in your hands. I encourage you to think about maybe how you're treating your rods versus just the rod company's junk. But I haven't had a rod like that break on me in like so long. So not that it was like cool or fun, but like, I mean, I was so jacked on that fish, like, oh, bam! Like, I'm excited looking at the GoPro footage because it was like 0 to hero like real quick, and that thing freaking popped. But something to think about for sure. Timber would be any good? Is there any that leans over here?
That
was sick, dude.
That's a good one too.
That was so cool. You get in here, baby. That was sick, dude. Oh my gosh. He looked like a whale coming out after that one, dude. No hesitation. No. I mean, he hit it sideways, 8 on the way down almost. That was sick. He's got it in there too. That wasn't going anywhere. Look at that. That's probably like a 3-pound fish, maybe even a little bit more, but his mouth is just like tiny. Look at that little itty bitty mouth. Friend, that was a giant too, dude. Oh my god. That was so sick, dude. Oh my god. Dude, are you kidding me? He just ate it, dude. That was bad to the bone. Okay, all right. So maybe we're a little onto something. I'm actually not even gonna. Actually, maybe I should put it. Dude, I don't even know. These aren't even that big. Like what? This is like a 3-pounder, 3 1/4. Yeah. Oh, it's so fun though. So fun. GoPros were going for 2.5 minutes, so it was like, yeah, almost back-to-back casts. Maybe 2 casts between. I'll let this guy go. Heck yeah. So I think most people will think. I mean, I even think that, you know, you have your morning time. It's calm. It's, you know, the birds chirping. It's like slick water. You're like I'm gonna get blown up on a frog. Like, it's just prime time. And I think a lot of lakes that's accurate. And I think Brent made a point earlier that the water clarity is kind of stained here, and so he thinks a lot of those fish are actually move out in the evenings, moving around, chasing bait fish around, whatever it may be, and then when the sun comes up, they'll slide up into here for shade, which I think a lot of lakes in the cities areas, maybe even in Brainerd Lakes area, when the forage is bluegill, it might be almost the opposite. So it's crazy to me to think that, like, there's more and more, like, every time you go fishing you find something else that's like a little bit different, or like how they might be behaving a little bit different. And this is almost backwards to typical, like, yeah, you should be able to frog midday and catch fish too because they go underneath it for shade, but like to have fish that have moved up here since this morning is strange to think about. But it's what's happening. So we're picking up a few fish, mainly on the outside of these pad areas, which tells me they still want to be in a little bit of deep water. And the sun is pretty high now, I guess, so they're probably wanting to hide from something. But we've kind of put a little bit of something together, and I think the sun has something to do with that. Pickerel? No, it's a good bass, dude. Are you kidding?
Right on the edge, too.
Yo.
That's what they were doing last time. They were eating it right on the edge.
Oh, that was so cool. It ate like a pickerel. I thought it, like, I saw it earlier, so I wasn't, but like I knew when you said pickerel, I was like, it kind of looked like a pickerel, dude.
That one's got a big head too.
What is up with that? Half of them have the big heads, half of them have the little guys. Unreal. Look at that, dude. No, absolutely. This is like a Medicine Lake Minnetonka bass. Yeah. This is what you call a meathead. It's got a big old mouth on it, and its body just kind of diminishes from there. But his head looks big. Look at how healthy these fish are. Like, they're just like perfect specimens. That's probably what, another 3.5? Look how tall, dude. They're just perfect, man. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Probably, maybe with the way here plunked, maybe it was closer to 4 than we thought. That's the thing, is these fish are healthy, they're thick, and they're full bellies. So like, well, you look at them and assume they're like a 3.5-pound fish or something, but there's the potential is they're a lot bigger than that. Each one of them you can probably add a 1/4 pound on. Yeah, we've been frogging, flipping, doing a little bit of everything. Again, these fish have been on the outside, which is strange to me. Rel said he found the same kind of thing when he was here last, but it's kind of strange, but it's been working, and I'm not going to complain. I've still been throwing a frog for the most part. This is a trash panda. It's one of 13's frog. I did a video like the other day about like the swimming versus the popping frogs. Look how worn out this thing's getting because we've been fishing it so much. Like, paint's coming off all over, and it's seen its fish. But we're just kind of swimming along on the outside of things, and there's no hesitation. Like, there's none. If they want it, I think we've had maybe 2 blow-ups that actually missed, and one when we went back and actually caught it right after. So like, it's been interesting for sure, but it's been a heck of a lot of fun. We're trying to figure out kind of what we're sitting at for a bag, and I think we're right around that 19-20 pound range. We are missing one good one. We'd like to they crack one that's like 4.5-5 pound, maybe even bigger. I know they're in here. I should say assume they're in here. I know they're up in this neck of the woods.
People from back home still can't believe that we had come this far. Same people never thought the boy would go this hard. People from back home still can't believe that we had come this far. Same people never thought the boy would go this far.
Get these people something that they know, that they know. You might not respect the image, but you will respect the flow I'm saying. Ooh, don't try to tell me what this swag can do. Yeah, you should've known that the trap is on the move. Yeah.
Watching all these youngins steady talking about that nonsense, acting like they trippy but don't think about the consequence. We got homies dying from these pills, man. It ain't cool no more. Cut it out.
We are Dunzos. Well, we just put the fish back, so we probably should be Dunzos.
Probably.
Yeah, dude, thanks. That was way too much fun. It was kind of weird, but you called it. Like, they were on the edge, and I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't know. This is one of the only lakes I've really ever seen it on, too. I think it's just because it's dirty up here.
And how many fish did we have eat? Like, oh, I had 2 bites that ate it, like, as I was bringing it in.
Yeah.
And then one of them I caught as it was doing that. And I think we have the footage of it. It was just like, he thought maybe they were chasing him, like they'd follow the frog out and, like, you know, be eyeing it, and then once it gets to the break line where there's no more shade, they ambush it. And that's a really interesting theory. I don't know. I've never seen anything like that, but it certainly seemed to be true. It was really cool how these fish were literally wading to the edge of it. And I don't think it was just because they were on the edge, because the one that we saw flipping that I caught, like, it didn't come out from, like, the depths and eat it on the edge. Like, you could tell it was coming out from those pads.
Yeah.
So
and I don't know if that's because of the high sun or if it's just because they move randomly or what, but it's different.
It was super cool. And again, anytime you get blowups and good fish and it was just like, I had to hate it. As you guys probably saw, I was squealing the whole time. I just like get off to that kind of thing. It's freaking awesome. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll put all relevant social stuff on the bottom. Again, we're in northern Minnesota. There's a million lakes like this. Like, don't think you got to find like, oh, like where would they fish it? Like, literally, we talked about this. We could probably replicate this on more than half, if not 75% of the lakes within a 50-mile radius of this.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's such good bass fishing up here. It's amazing. A lot of guys are just walleye fishing. There's a lot of opportunities to come up here and fish. We're gonna be back here this fall, I guarantee it. I'm not really sure where we're going next. Me and Logan got to decide where we're gonna take this series. I was planning on coming to Bemidji, not this early, but we'll be back again. Till next time. If you guys have any questions, I guess, ask them below. See you, bye, toodaloo. I'm not good at the goodbye things, so like,
Jump in the lake, maybe.
Peace out. I gotta go home. We gotta hit the road.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Same people never thought the boy would go this hard. People from back home still can't believe that we had come this far. Same people never thought the boy would go this